Hello, good morning. My name is Valentine Shena, and I want us to have a small discussion. But before then, I want you to think of how your surrounding would impact your mental health. And I want you to imagine living in a noisy, polluted, crowded area. And now think of living in a nice, beautiful, quiet area with greeneries and clean air. How does that make you feel? So our topic today will be how environmental factors affect our mental health. And I want us to have three subdivisions. And the three subdivisions will be how pollution affect and impact our mental health. You'll also have poor living conditions and how it brings about stress, and how social, environment, and mental resilience is affected by the environment. And to start it off, let's discuss how pollution affects us and affect our bodies. So imagine when you're living in that polluted area, that affects your lungs, because with the pollution, when the air is polluted, it affects your lungs. And in essence, it will also affect your mind. With the inflammation of the lungs, it brings pain. Pain brings anxiety. It brings depression. So within living in populated area, it leaves you drained, makes you very irritable, as opposed to living in green, nice, beautiful areas. And I'll give you an example. When you spend time in a park for 30 minutes, it's like you're having a mind reset, whereby the clean air freshens you up and you're left refreshed. So I would want to say that cleaner air isn't just protecting the planet. It is about protecting our mental health and I would urge us to support clean energy initiative and reduce emissions, like using electric vehicles, which can create healthier and happier spaces for everybody. The next point I want to focus on is how poor living conditions bring about stress. When you're living in when we are talking about housing, I would want us to consider poor living, whereby it's overcrowded, there's constant noise, there's unsanitary spaces, and this can be the major cause of chronic stress, which you find that people who are living in poor living conditions are always depressed, and they have a lot of anxiety. And a longitudinal study that was carried out by Pavilion and colleagues in 2017 found out that living in poor living conditions over time makes us become worse in mental health and become very irritable. The last point is how social environment and mental health affects us. And this is living in isolation and becoming lonely. It leads us to having anxiety and depression. And Van de Hezol also touched on this in the study that was carried out in the European journal. And to wrap it up, we have discussed 3 points. We have discussed how pollution affects our mental health, how poor living condition is a stress on its own, and how social and environment and mental health will also affect us because of the environment. Thank you.